friend and colleague, historian Jon Meacham, who tweeted this, quote, "Those Americans who've stood with this president will spend decades denying it or pretending it didn't happen. We've seen this before with the Joe McCarthys and the Bull Connors. There's still time to do the right thing. Vote him out and let's move on." With that tweet that allowed me to sleep last night, Jon Meacham joins us now. I turn the floor over to you. Do you really think that's where we are, that they're all going to now vote him out and deny standing with him as long as they have?
I do. And I use the example of McCarthy and Connor pretty advisedly. Hard to find people in my native region down here who will admit that before 1964 and 1965, they were sympathetic with a segregated order. It was hard in 1955, 56 to find cold warriors who would say, yeah, it was a good idea to let Joe McCarthy wreck people's lives without evidence. It's amazing how quickly people can want to try to forget when they've, in some ways, sold their soul for temporary dominion. Now, you and I know this. Politics is about clashing interests, and you try to achieve temporary dominion in order to find solutions to problems for a given period of time. That's in many ways what governance is. But, you know, the American presidency is different, or at least it should be, and it often has been. And I think what prompted the remark last night was, A, I was cheerful because the Yankees were winning. And secondly, it was that comment from the president. I know, it's very exciting. That comment from the president that about the governor of Michigan. She didn't thank me for preventing white supremacist terrorists from kidnapping her. Yeah, I guess that wasn't high on the list, sir. And I just read that and I thought, and look, you and I both know scores of folks who are going to be, I think, if they're being honest, they're going to be trying to reconcile for a long time how it was that with their vote and either their voice or the lack of their voice, right? You can use your voice to speak out. It's also a use of your voice to be silent. We know a lot of people who have just decided that taxes and judges are worth all of this chaos. And I genuinely I kind of understand it a little bit, but it's not a decision I could make. And one of the reasons, you know, I at Vice President Biden's generous invitation, I did a thing for the Democratic Convention, and a lot of people ask me, why would you do that? I'm not a Democrat. And my answer was, I don't know where I would have been in the late 1950s and early 1960s on the issues of the American South. But at least I know where I am on this one.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.